Good day, students. This is Dr. Mercado. Welcome back to Course Orientation Part 3. In this lecture, we're going to be learning about Cengage, okay? This is Part 3 Course Orientation for the Spring 2024 semester, okay? So like I stated, the majority of your assignments are going to be in a different learning platform than Blackboard, but all of the necessary links to those assignments are in Blackboard. So the first place that you should be going to is always your Blackboard course, and from there you select the different links for the different assignments, and then those links will take you over to Cengage, where you'll be completing either your quizzes, your homework, your projects, your study plans, whatever is it that you need to complete. Okay, so we're going to learn a little bit about Cengage in this particular course. Okay, now before I continue, I do want to provide you that Cengage offers students with support 24/7. You can either call them, okay? There's a self-service question and answer. There's chat available during the day, okay? You can open a case and then they'll contact you back depending on what is it that you're needing. But there's always resources. If you have issues with Cengage, they're able to provide support to you. Okay. Now, if you are having issues with Cengage, let's say, for example, you forgot your password, or you're receiving emails that you have not paid for your subscription, or anything of that nature, those questions, unfortunately, I cannot help you with, okay, because I am not a Cengage support specialist, okay. I can help you with content in my course in Blackboard, but if you are having any technical difficulties with Cengage, you need to contact Cengage. If you are having technical difficulties with Blackboard to where you can't access the course material or whatever the case might be, then you contact South Texas College's distance learning support team. Okay, but this is a support information. Keep that phone number handy. That way, if you ever need have any questions or concerns, you can always call Cengage and have your questions or issues resolved. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back into Blackboard. Okay, because that is where everything happens. Okay, you need to always log in into Blackboard for my class, and then from there you begin working on your assignments. Okay, so let's go. Let's just wait for the course to load. Okay, I'm going to go to my courses, and then I'm going to go to my Spring 2024. Okay, and I'm going to pick a class, and then we'll go over the information. Now, I cannot show you the entire process of how to create an account because I already have an instructor account created. So the system will not allow me to create a student account, but I will try to guide you through as much as I can, as well as provide you or direct you to resources, videos where you can view in case you have any difficulties, okay? So we've already gone over Blackboard and course orientation video number 2. Now, we're going to go over Cengage. So we're going to start off with that third item, which is your Cengage links. If you open that up, depending on the course that you're in, you're going to have a variety of resources, okay? The first item is basically your master course in Cengage. So if you go into that, it'll go ahead and take you to my class in Cengage, okay? If you you have a dashboard where you can go in there and add different textbooks that you might need. If you are needing technical support, you click on that link and it'll take you to the area where you can open up a case. If you need access to your electronic book, I've given you access to the ebook for this specific class only. Okay. There's a companion site with additional resources that you might need. Now you can just click on all of these links and review the information provided. I am not going to do that one by one. That is something that you can do on your own. Just become familiar with the content. Okay. Now these last 2 links are resources for setting up your accounts. Okay. So let's go ahead and open up the first one. Okay. This was created specifically for STC students. Cengage created this for our STC students, okay? So down here, you're going to go ahead, you're going to select See Now, V2, because we are using See Now, okay? And it's going to open up another window for us. And now it's going to take you step by step on how to register for Cengage in Blackboard, okay? There's videos, there's steps by steps on how to do it, okay? So please, if you're having difficulties, it gives you screenshots. Basically, it shows you you're going to go into Blackboard. You're going to select a link, any of the links from Blackboard. It's going to ask you to create an account. If you have one created, then you just have to enter your password if you remember it, or reset it. Okay, you have to enroll in the course and access your materials. Okay, all of the instructions are provided here. Okay. We also have additional student resources. How do you see now? If you do not know how to navigate it, you can click on this video and it shows you how to use it. We have support, higher education support. That's the one that we would be using. Okay. Different videos on how to use tax forms, feedback, Excel, adaptive study plans. Everything is here for you to review. Okay. So if you need additional support in any of these areas, you can just go ahead and select that link. Okay. Now, these are just additional resources. If you need to get technical support, let's see what it does. Let me see if it takes me to it. Um, let me see. I'm just curious because since I'm not a student, I don't know what it will do. Okay, so yeah, so it will take you to the support services. If you are a student, you select here that you are a student. Okay, let's do that. And then you have different areas. If you have personalized support, product activation, and helpful resources. For the personalized support, you have to sign in or create an account if you haven't done so already, so you can be able to get that support. Okay, so you have the resources available to you. Okay, now let's see, what do we need to do to begin working on your Cengage assignments. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change to student preview so I can be able to get to as far as I can as a student. After that, I will exit and I will show you the rest in the instructor view so you can become familiar with it. I have issues with the timing. I am recording these videos before the semester begins, so you can have these day one. Okay, so now the only thing that happened is I changed from the instructor view to a student view. This is how your course will look as a student. It's a student preview. Okay, so I'm going to go to week number 1 and I'm going to go ahead and select it. It's going to open it up. Remember to review all of the information under the module overview, and then you can complete your syllabus course orientation quiz. Now every class has a syllabus course orientation quiz, and that is used for attendance purposes. I believe I asked like 5 questions, 5 very easy questions. So make sure that you review your syllabus and you answer those questions, because I will be using the results of those quiz to report attendance. Okay, so let's say you are ready to begin and you want to begin by reading, or you want to look at your quiz, whatever the case might be. All of these are links to Cengage. Okay, so you can click on, at this point we have not created an account with Cengage. We're going to go ahead and do so right now. So you can click on any of those links, whichever of the Cengage links, and they're going to go ahead and you're going to have this open and you're going to go ahead and launch it. And then it's going to redirect you out of Blackboard and into Cengage. Okay, just by clicking on the link. For my course, there is no class key, there is nothing. The courses are interfaced. You have to go through Blackboard to get to Cengage. Okay, so I've had many students create an account in Cengage and then wanting to add my course. That is not how it works. You have to first log in into Blackboard, select my links, and then follow the steps from there. Okay, so to me, something like this is populating. It's welcoming you to Cengage. This is the material that we're going to be using for the class. It's telling me that payment is required, so I have to pay for the services. Now for Cengage, you do get a 2-week free trial period, so there is really no excuse for you not to begin working on your assignments from day 1. So you are given 2 weeks to either get your financial aid or get money from your job or your paycheck to be able to pay for the Cengage subscription. Okay, so if you have already purchased a Cengage subscription from the STC bookstore, that's basically a piece of paper with the code on it. You're going to enter your access code right there. okay? If you have an access code. If you do not have an access code, then you're just going to go ahead and going to click continue. Okay? So, now it's asking you, are you ready to buy? So you have several options here. Okay, the first option is just to purchase the material for the class at a cost of $149. Okay, what this gives you, it's going to give you access to just this one book, okay, for $149 and the ebook. So it's going to give you access to the learning platform where you're going to complete your assignments and the ebook for one class. If you get Cengage Unlimited at a cheaper option of $129.99, you get access to all of the textbooks. So let's assume that you are taking 4 classes and all 4 classes use Cengage. All you have to do is pay one fee of $129.99 and you'll get access to all 4 course materials. Okay, so if you are having multiple classes, or even if you're not, it's just a cheaper option. I don't know about you, but I like to pay less. The less I pay, the better. So Cengage Unlimited gives you a lot more for less. Okay, so this is going to give you access to all of Cengage online learning platforms, the full library of ebooks, and if you want a printed copy of your book, I don't know how many of you are like me, I'm old school, I like to carry a book with me. You can get a hard copy rental for $9.99. That covers the shipping and handling of the book. And you get it for the full semester, and then at the end of the semester, you return the book back. Okay? So, it's just a cheaper option. I recommend that you purchase Cengage Unlimited. Okay? If you have the money right now to purchase it, then you can just click Buy Cengage Unlimited. Okay? Okay. Now you can buy it for a term. This is for a semester. Or you can buy it for the entire year. If you buy it for the entire year, this is the best option for you because it's going to cover 12 months. So it's going to cover from January to December. So if you know that you're going to be taking classes that use Cengage, and a lot of the business courses use Cengage, this would be the best option for you because it will cover you the spring, the summer, and the fall. Okay, for $199.99. Okay, so to me, if I know that I'm going to be taking several courses, this is the one that I would get. Okay, but it's up to you. You have access to getting one term or the full year access. Okay, so if you have money to pay, you click here. You're gonna buy the Cengage Unlimited. It's gonna take you to a different screen, and then you're gonna enter your credit card information to be able to make the purchase. Okay. If you don't have money right now to pay for your school supplies, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to click, there's a button down here below the purchase product that says temporary access. Okay, that temporary access is going to give you access to the course for the 2-week period, okay, for free. The email that you set up will be used to remind you that you need to pay for your subscription, or that your subscription is coming due, that you're going to lose access to us if you don't pay by within a specific date. Okay, so remember, you are given 2 weeks of a free trial period, and then you're going to have to pay to keep access to it. Okay, but these are the options that you have. I recommend that you, like I said, it's a cheaper option and it gives you a lot more for your money for you to get the Cengage Unlimited. Okay, so right now I don't have money. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my temporary access. And this is where I do not know if it's going to work for me because I already have an account. Okay, let me see what happens. Okay, so for me it didn't work because I already have an account. Let's see, what is it doing? Yeah, it's taking me to the course. Okay, so from there, once you click on that button, it should take you to another screen where you will be creating your account. Okay, unfortunately, I cannot show you that screen because I already have an account, but just know those are the buttons that you need to select, and then from there it's self-explanatory. You're going to fill in your name, create an account, your email, and then that's it. You're going to have access. Once that happens, then you're going to be set up. The account is going to be linked, and then you can begin working on your assignments. Now I'm going to exit the student view, because I am not a student. And I'm going to show you actually how it is that you go into the assignments. So if I'm ready to begin, I'm going to start off by reading, okay? So you're going to go in and you're going to click on the chapter reading. If you click on it, it's going to take you out of Blackboard and into Cengage, okay? The setup is only done, the Cengage setup is only done once. After that, the system knows that you've created an account and you will not be required to be logging in. The system will automatically log you in because it knows your credentials, okay? So I've got the assignment. It's telling me this is chapter 1 reading. It's not for a grade. It's not graded. And you can take as long as you want reading the chapter. You're going to start the assignment. And it's going to open up, click here to begin. It's going to open up the electronic book for you, the ebook, okay? Let's wait for it to load, okay? So we're starting off. I selected to read chapter 1, and that's what I'm going to be reading. Okay, it's going to load it for you. So it's going to begin with a chapter introduction, the learning objectives, and then you begin reading, okay? Now to navigate the chapter, you basically have big arrows here. You click back and you click front, and it'll take you to the next page, okay? So you just keep on selecting, and it'll keep on moving you to the next page and so on and so forth, and then you can just scroll down, okay? Now there's a lot of features within the ebook. You can highlight, take notes, bookmark. There's a whole bunch of things that you can do to be able to make it more dynamic. So if you want to highlight, I can highlight that, I thought that was important. So you have different options to highlight, color code, whatever the case might be, okay? So you have these features available and they save, that way it's very specific to you, okay? So you have that option. You have an option to access the entire book, the full book. If you are not very fluent in English, or you feel not like reading, but you still want to listen to the information, we have a speaker. Okay, and this is great for students with disabilities. It's great for students that are Spanish speakers that have difficulty speaking English. They use this feature a lot. So if you just basically click on it, you set up your speed. Do you want it to read slow, medium, fast, or very fast? I'm going to do mine medium. Do you want the reader to be a male or female? And you just select here, and then you set it up. And then once you're ready for it to read to you, just click the speaker on the top.
Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, GAAP. Soon after the stock market crash of 1929, the federal government established the Securities and Exchange Commission.
So if you can see, it's going to be reading to you and it's going to be highlighting as it goes. So it's very effective for those students that have difficulties reading in English. This is a very helpful tool. Okay, so you have that feature of the reader. You've got a glossary of all of the terminology. Okay, organized by alphabetical order. Okay, all of the accounts and their definitions. And then you've got some flashcards that will help you study. Okay, so all of these are resources that you have. So you have the word recording, and then you want to flip the card and it tells you what it is. Okay, and then you do the next card, like what is accounting. You flip the card and it tells you the definition. So it's a very good tool to help you study. There's 54 flip cards for chapter 1. Okay, so you're not going to break anything. Read, use all of the different resources, tools provided, so you can be able to comprehend as much as you can from the material. Okay, so make sure that you review all of the information provided and that you do please read the chapter before you begin working on any of your assignments. Okay, so this is how you access the reading material. Okay, I'm going to go back to to Blackboard, and I'm going to show you what a quiz looks like, okay? So the quizzes are timed. If you have quizzes in your class that I've assigned, then the quizzes are timed, and depending the class is how long you'll have. Some classes have 30 minutes, other classes have 60 minutes, okay? So the information about how long you have in your class is provided in the actual assignment, and I'll show you in a bit. So in this case, it says you have chapter 1 quiz. This is your first take. You have 2 takes. On your assignments, you have 2 attempts. I always keep the highest grade earned, okay? Always keep the highest grade earned. I always encourage my students to utilize both attempts, okay? Both attempts, and that way you can get more practice and try to improve your overall grade, okay? You have 1 hour to take the test, okay? For the quizzes, they are timed. You do have to complete them in one sitting. Okay, for the homework, you can save your work and resume it at a later point in time because the homework is long. But quizzes or exams that are timed, it'll let you know in the instructions how long you have. And here it says you have 1 hour and you have 2 takes. So please make sure that you read the instructions carefully. Okay, it tells you what to avoid. Read this information. Once you've read all of that information, you can start your test. Okay, and it's going to open up the test for you. You've got, in this particular case, different questions. You have 15 questions. Every student has different questions. So you just have to basically complete the information. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to guess some of these. I'm not even going to read them. Just do a couple. Okay, so as you can see, there's some that are fill in the blank, and then there's some that are multiple choice. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a couple here. I don't know what they are. Okay, just so you can see. I don't know what they are. I'm not gonna give you any answers. Okay, so I've selected a couple of them. Okay, so once you are done with your quiz, then you have options down here. Okay, so if you're working on a question, let's say you're working on this question and you have a question on it, you can email the instructor, and I am going to go ahead and I'm going to get a picture of what you're looking at. Okay, and it's very helpful to me because that way I can see what you're seeing. Okay, so you have an option to email the instructor, okay, as you're completing your quiz. Now you still have to complete the quiz within an hour, okay, but go ahead, and if you have a question, send me the question, complete the quiz, and then I'll get back with you regarding your specific question. And if there's any changes or updates that need to happen on your quiz, I can do those manually. Okay, so you complete your test. Make sure that you go through each of them. Don't leave any blank. I did leave some blank here because I didn't go through all of them. I didn't answer all of the questions, but you need to make sure that you answer all of the questions. Okay, when you are done and you have answered all of your questions, you're going to submit your test for grading. Okay, it's going to ask you, warning, there are some answered items. Do you want to continue? Usually you want to say, no, I want to continue taking my assignment. In this case, I'm just illustrating it for you, so I'm going to submit for grading. So it gives you a warning because it knows that you have not completed all of your questions. So it wants to make sure that you want to submit it. So please make sure that you go back, and if you have not completed all of the questions, you complete all of them, and then you submit for grading. Okay, and it will automatically give you your grade up here. Okay, so I got a 20. Very bad, very bad. So what does that mean? I need to retake my second time. I encourage students that if you do not get a 70% or better, that you use that second attempt. Okay, the more points you earn, the better. Okay, so that is how the quiz looks like. Okay, now the homework is going to be a little bit more different. Now for the homework, chapter 1 does not give me any problems. Let me do chapter 3. Okay, now the homework is not timed. The homework you can take as long as you want. You can save your work and resume it later because the homework problems are longer in nature. Okay, so let me open up the homework for chapter 3 here. Now for the homework, it tells you that this is your first try. You have 2 takes available, and the due date of the assignment It is not timed, so you can take as long as you want, but you cannot be inactive. Don't leave the computer unattended for prolonged periods of time. If you're not going to be working on it, save your work, close it, and then go on with your day. Okay, but make sure that you do not leave your computer open in the middle of a problem, because that information will not be saved. Okay, so once we're ready to work on the homework, we can start the assignment now. Okay. So for this particular homework problem, we have 10 questions. Okay, so if you can see here, the problems are longer. Okay, some of the problems are way longer. You have to do analysis, you have to complete different scenarios, you have to complete different tasks. In this case, we have to complete a trial balance. So you're going to go through here and you're going to complete each of these items. Okay, now if you look at the some questions have additional resources. Here, for example, if you're working on this problem and you have no idea what to do, you're going to go to your ebook and it has Learning Objective 4. If you click on this link, it's going to take you to the ebook Learning Objective 4, so you can review that information that pertains or applies to the problem. Okay, so it's basically telling you this was covered in this chapter in this section. Go back and review. Okay. So it'll open up the ebook for you for that specific section that that you're working on. So here we're doing transaction analysis. Okay, there's different transactions, letter A through E, and this is where they are covered. Okay, the steps in the analysis. Okay, and then the debits and credits and a whole bunch of examples that you can review. Okay, so that is available to you for all of the problems. Okay. You can print the item if you want and work it out on paper, and then you can just transfer the information over. Or if you find an error in the content of the problem, you can report the content information to the developers. Okay, so this problem, those are the only resources that we had. The next problem, we have the ebook. This covers 2 learning objectives. It has a video, a show me how video that explains how to complete the problem. You can print it and report the content error. Okay, so in this problem, we have a video that demonstrates how to complete it. If I click on it, it's going to take me to the video.
This exercise provides another opportunity to analyze transactions.
See, so the video is fairly short, 6 minutes, and it basically goes over
Accounts payable.
the problem. Okay, so use these resources to be able to complete the problems. Okay, so some problems have the videos, others do not have the videos. Okay, make sure that you complete all of the questions. You don't leave any blanks, because if you do, those will be counted as incorrect. Okay, so like you can see, some problems are fairly long. So what I recommend is that as you are completing the problem, you save and exit. So let's say, for example, it's Monday and I was able to get through the first 2 problems, but I'm done for the day. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save and exit, and that will save my work that I've done so far and exit the problem. Okay. If you are working on a problem and you have a question, you can always email me, and I'll get an email with the link to the specific problem that you're looking at. That way I can be able to respond and clarify your questions. It is very difficult for me to answer questions if I don't get an image or a picture of what you are looking at on your end. Okay, so this email instructor button provides me with that link so I can be able to look at your information. If you can see here, all of the questions are algorithmic. That means that every student has a different set of questions, different numbers, different everything. Okay. Now, like I said, I do not tolerate cheating, and I don't see why you would be cheating if the whole intent of this course is for you to learn. Okay. And if you're not understanding something, the best thing that you can do is come see me so we can figure out a way to get you back on track, send you to tutoring, or whatever the case might be. Okay. But as you're working, you have to complete all of the different tasks. So you have these options down here to email the instructor, save and exit, or submit the assignment for grading. Only submit the assignment for grading when you are done with all of the 10 questions in this particular assignment. Okay. Once you submit it for grading, then you get the grade, and this attempt number 1 is done. You would have to begin a brand new attempt to begin from the start to have a new set of problems that you're going to be working on. Okay, so you have 2 attempts, and the attempts are on the entire assignment. So from questions 1 through 10, that is 1 attempt. Okay, so once you are done with all of the 10 questions, you submit the assignment for grading, and you will automatically uh, get the grade. So let me just enter some information here so you can see kind of like what you would do. Okay, so you would be doing, okay, and you bought equipment for cash, and this is letter B. Okay, so I'm just going to do these two so you can see I've completed some of the problem. I still have to complete the rest, but in this case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to submit for grading. It's giving me a warning because I have unanswered questions. I know that. If you get this warning, make sure that you continue taking the assignment. You go back and review what you have not completed so you can complete it. In my case, this is just for illustration. I'm going to submit it for grading. Okay, and I got a 4%. Okay, 4% of my overall grade. Okay, because I only answered those two little pieces. Okay, so I know that I need to do a lot better than that, so I will take the second attempt. Okay, so that is how you complete the assignments. Okay, all you have to do to access your assignments is go to the module that you're on for that specific week and then click on the links. That easy. Okay, now let me go back to Cengage. Once you're in Cengage, it does look a little bit different for me because I do have instructor view, but you should have the last 3 tabs available to you. Okay, so the last 3 tabs are your assignments. You will have the list of all of the assignments for the specific week. Of course, I am the instructor. I have access to all of the assignments, but you will be seeing the assignments that are available for that specific week. You will see the available date, the due date, the time limit, the number of takes. Okay, so down here, the reading is unlimited. You can take as long as you want reading, but down here you have your assignments. For the homeworks, they're unlimited. For the quizzes, they're 60 minutes longs, and for all of them, you have 2 tries, and I keep the highest grade. Okay, now this varies by class. You would have to go into your specific class to get this information. Okay, so from here, you can select the assignment that you want to complete. You can just click on the link also. So let's say you worked on the quiz and now you're ready to work on the homework. Instead of going back to Cengage, you can just select from your assignment lists any other assignments that you have to do for that specific week. Okay, for your grade book, you will see the grades populate automatically as you are completing the assignments. The grades will be populating here in Cengage, and then they will also be transferring to your grade book in Blackboard. Okay, and then for the study tools, these are just additional resources that you have for each textbook. These vary by course, so just know that if there's additional resources, you would find them under the study tools. Okay, so that is basically how the ebook runs, how your assignments are accessed. Everything happens through Blackboard. You just go to Blackboard, select the week that you're in, and select the links. Okay, and that is it. And if you have questions, you have those options embedded in your actual assignment to email the instructor. That way we can get, I can get a notification, look at the question that you're looking at, answer your questions, and then you can move on. Okay, but that is how you access your course material. You have a wealth of resources under the Cengage links. Please make sure that you review all of this information. Make sure that when you create your Cengage account that you use an email that you monitor and that you review on a daily basis, because let's say, for example, if you click that email instructor button, it's going to generate an email to me, and then I'm going to respond to that email. Okay, and I've had situations where students call me, Miss, I sent you an email and you never answered. And I'm like, well, I did. And then, well, where did you answer? I was like, well, to the same email that you created your Cengage account. Oh, I didn't know, I don't remember my password for that email. well, that is where the response goes to. So make sure that when you set up your account, you set up your account using an email that you are actively using, okay? Because that is where the reply will be going to, okay? So that is basically it for Cengage. Everything is founded, everything that you need to get started is found under the Cengage links. And to access your assignments, you just go to the different modules. Okay, it does not matter which module you go into, and then you'll have the different assignments. You just click on them, and they will redirect you um, to Cengage where you have to complete. Make sure your pop-up blockers are enabled. That way the system can take you out of Blackboard and into Cengage, okay? So that is basically it. If you have any questions about anything after you reviewed all of the information under the Start Here module, after you've read your entire syllabus, and if you've listened through the 3 orientation videos, if you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact me. Okay? I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful spring 2024 semester, and I hope to see you in my office if you all have any questions, or always feel free to send me a Blackboard message, an email, or Pronto message if you have any questions or concerns that I can address. Okay, thank you very much, and until next time, bye bye.